In this lesson, we're going to look at the nature of the IELTS academic reading test passages. This is very necessary because it allows you to understand the basics of the IELTS academic reading test. So let's look at it. When it comes to the IELTS academic reading test, there are 3 long passages. So we have got the first passage to be termed as the reading passage 1, and then the second passage as reading passage 2, and then the third passage as reading passage 3. Each one of these passages is very long. So let's look at them. So we've got passage 1, which starts from here and ends here. So it's like 1 page and a half. And then we have passage 2, which starts from here and ends here. So it's also similar to the first passage, 1 page and a half. And then we have the third passage, which starts from here and then covers more than half of the second page. And as part of understanding the reading passages, we've got different types. Let's look at them. We have the first passage to be termed as the titled and then lettered passage. What do I mean by this? Let me show you. Now when you look at this, we've got reading passage 1. We have a title for this passage, which is Let's Go Bat. And you could see that each paragraph of the passage has been lettered from A to the last section, which is E. With this type of passage, I termed it as the titled and then lettered passage. Now when you look at this is reading passage 3. Now what's the difference between the first passage I showed you and then this passage? Now this passage is termed as the titled but unlettered passage. I mean, that's how I prefer to call it. What do I mean by this? You can see that this passage has got a title, which is Educating Psyche. But looking at the paragraphs, they have not been lettered. So this is termed as the titled and unlettered passage. And then when you look at this type of passage, it is termed as the no title and then the unlettered passage. What this means is that this passage has got no title and the paragraphs are not structured in letters. I want you to understand that the type of passage you have will also determine the type of questions that will follow that passage. You will look at clear examples in our subsequent lessons. Now, when you look on here, we've got a complete test for the IELTS academic reading test. So we've got the first reading passage. We have the second reading passage and the third reading passage. What I want you to understand is that the passages increase in order of difficulty. What this means is that passage 1 is the least difficult. It's the easiest. And the last passage, which is passage 3, is the most difficult. Now there's a trick you have to undertake on here, and I'll show you in the subsequent lessons so that you're able to manage your time to finish up the IELTS academic reading test within the stipulated time frame. The IELTS academic reading passages cover varieties of topics which may range from technology, animals, agriculture, energy, and any other academic topic that probably is generalized to the public. So you don't have to have any specific knowledge about these topics to be able to get your answers right. So it's much more of a strategy, and I'm going to take you through every bit in this course.